All right, folks, it's time now for the second game of the World Cup quarterfinals today. Of course, earlier today, Croatia beat Brazil on penalty kicks after it was tied 1-all at the end of 120 minutes. Now coming up, it's Netherlands against Argentina from Lusail Stadium, the home of the 2022 World Cup final. Hello, everyone. I'm Harrison Thompson. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday afternoon. And boy, oh boy, have we got a good one on tap tonight. Of course, as I said before, Netherlands against Argentina, Group A winner against Group C winner. Also rematch, excuse me, of the 2014 World Cup semifinal. Netherlands will be the one to kick it off. We'll start off with them as this one will be kicked off. Memphis Depay will be in the center circle for this one. In goal will be Noper. Their defenders today in the 3-4-1-2, Ake, Van Dijk, and Timber. Midfield is going to be Blind, De Jong, De Roon, Dumfries, Gakpo will be your A-mid, and Bergwijn and Depay will be your strikers. Underway here from Lusail Stadium. Netherlands in their classic La Orange kits, going from left to right, and Argentina, per usual, they will be in La Albiceleste, going to left. Speaking of Argentina, let's take a look at their starting lineup. Once again, they'll actually be not just be making a couple change. Of course, Netherlands, their one change was Bergwijn to the lineup alongside Depay instead of Klaassen, who played A-mid, and then Gakpo was essentially the second striker to Memphis on Saturday against the United States. For Argentina, they don't just have a change, they also have a change in formation, moving to a 3-5-3-2 from the 4-3-3 they used against Australia on Saturday. Once again, Emiliano Martinez in goal. In the back, the five-back line, you have Acuna, Lisandro Martinez, Otamendi, Romero, Molina. Your midfield remains the same. McAllister, Fernandez, and DePaul. Messi and Alvarez will be up top. So the one change there is Lisandro Martinez. The center back will be in for Papu Gomez, who was playing one of the forward positions on Saturday. Interesting formation too. Interesting change with Lionel Scaloni, at least having that type of presence known. The Netherlands did a good job on Saturday breaking down the United States, especially on the counterattack. With that said, I think Argentina will try to do the same. Might also come down to a lot of the wingbacks as well, including Acuna on the left and then Molina on the right. Two guys that love to get up the pitch in many ways. There's Messi. Cristian Romero. Good split pass, and here's McAllister now in some open space. Options on both sides. Goes out to Acuna on the left. Acuna now squares it, and then it's cleared away there by De Roon. And it'll be interesting to see that kind of that triangle in between. You got not Nigel, Frankie De Jong, Martin De Roon, and Cody Gakpo there in the middle for Netherlands. I mean, that's kind of your midfield. Of course, Gakpo had a pretty good start to this World Cup overall. 3 goals in general. I mean, one of the guys in the Golden Boot race. Of course, it feels like a lot of players now are starting to reach that 3-goal threshold. Of course, Mbappe right now with the Golden Boot lead with 5. France will be playing England tomorrow with a chance to go on to the semifinal and further defy the champions curse. First reigning champ to make it out of the group stage since Brazil did it in 2006. However, Brazil ended up losing to France in the quarterfinals. This one out towards Denzel Dumfries on the right. And with that, we go back to the center backs. With that, back to Frankie de Jong. Nathan Ake, Manchester City man. Once again, Depay gives it back to Virgil van Dijk. Still 3 minutes through and still 0-0, not too many chances from either side. So obviously with Croatia beating Brazil, we won't have the South American semi that a lot of us were looking forward to. The last time, if you're wondering, the last time 2 South American teams faced each other in the semifinals, that was back in 1970 when Brazil faced off against Uruguay. Brazil ended up winning that matchup in the semifinals and then ended up winning the World Cup, their final one with Pele. There's a chance for, of course, with that said, there's still a chance with a potentially an All Europe Final Four if Netherlands were to win today. England, well, doesn't matter. England could beat France, France could beat England, and Portugal would beat Morocco tomorrow. There's a possibility we could have another Final Four with all European countries, which we saw in 2014. Of course, that was the first time in a while. 2006, I believe, is the last time that happened. It would be really interesting to see that, though. Nonetheless, here's Messi and Argentina on the attack. Messi out on the wing. Molina can't find Alvarez there in the middle. Dribbling shot deflected away. Still up in the air. DePaul there with the shot to redirect it back, and eventually the Dutch cleared back all the way to Argentinian territory. There's Lisandro, not Otamendi. Molina and McAllister kind of lost it there. Little deflection there, not a deflection, pardon me, a collision there between Depay and Otamendi, and Otamendi is going to be called back here. Just getting a talking to. It looked rather harsh. The ref's telling him, make sure not to elbow there, otherwise it might be a yellow card the next time. That's what happened to Depay there on the latest challenge. Still nil-nil between Netherlands and Argentina. There's Gakpo, now to Dumfries. Van Dijk pipped forward, a little too forward and a little bit to the right for Gakpo. Of course, the weather, as always in Doha and throughout Qatar, this one in Lusail, a little bit up the road from Doha. But still, overall, nice weather as it's been throughout the World Cup, I believe. Decent weather actually here at Cincinnati, too. Currently 67 degrees at Lusail Stadium. So has gotten a little cooler. The high was 79 degrees Fahrenheit today. Most of the highs will be in the 70s, mid to upper 70s in Lusail and throughout Qatar during this World Cup. So overall, pretty good weather. This one chested on by Ake, and he'll give it back towards his goalkeeper, Noper. Messi trying to find his man again, and it looked like that was a good notice there. I believe I couldn't tell who it was, maybe Molina, but someone was able to get back on side. And kudos to them, just unable to kind of chest the ball down. So once again, back towards the Dutch. As I said before, it's been a while, obviously, since the Dutch played in the World Cup. That World Cup semifinal against Argentina before this World Cup was the last World Cup match they had played, since they didn't make it in 2018. I'm trying to figure out the last time a team ended up winning the World Cup after failing to qualify the year prior. I don't know if it's happened. Obviously, there's been a few times, especially like I think in like 1930 and 1940, even there are some teams that weren't in the World Cup, but not because they didn't qualify. It's just that they weren't invited. Of course, that's been kind of been a common theme, especially back then, in the sense that the first World Cup was played in Uruguay. Few other teams like United States were invited, and some European teams as well, but not as many as you would see at the World Cup today. Obviously, I forget how many teams are making it. Although no pair almost gave it right back towards um, Argentina. There it was a good pressure by Alvarez. I mean, Alvarez got a goal like that on Saturday against Australia. Nonetheless, here's Netherlands. Dumfries. Dumfries, good work there. Tried getting the ball back from Bergwijn. And let's see, last touched off Acuna on the touchline. So throw in for the Netherlands. Nonetheless, deep in the attacking third, ninth minute of play here from Lusail Stadium. Pretty good crowd on tap, mostly in favor of Argentina. And Depay's back heel goes to nobody for an Argentina goal kick. That two Memphis Depay guy scored a goal against the United States on Saturday. Other guys to score, Daily Blind, and also there was Dumfries. Meanwhile, here's Molina now on the right, about 35 yards out. He'll cut it back, and once again, Argentina will survey their options. Here's DePaul. Mendes and Acuna on the left. Lisandro Martinez, Otamendi, and Romero. Again, those guys getting a lot of experience abroad, especially in Europe. Lisandro Martinez playing for Manchester United. Cristian Romero also playing in the Premier League with Tottenham. And then Otamendi playing in La Liga. I had to quote maybe Sevilla. Otamendi, Benfica. Sorry, Benfica's in Portugal, not Spain. Here's DePaul. DePaul plays it through. Messi crosses it in, headed away by Van Dijk. Only as far as Messi. Here's Messi again. Gets it out to Acuna. Crosses it off the box. He was actually in an interesting position there. Acuna. Let's take a look at this. So Messi had it in the middle. You think about it though, Acuna could have taken a shot. Granted, it would have been a wide angle, but fires this cross across everybody. You had McAllister, Messi, and even Fernandez on the right, who could have taken a stab at it. Nonetheless, still 0-0, 10 minutes through here from Lusail Stadium. That was the score the last time these two teams met up, period, not just at a World Cup as it was 0-0. Overall, Netherlands holds the advantage in terms of the head-to-head battle. 4 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. At the World Cup, Argentina has only beaten Netherlands once. That was back in 1978 when they hosted. The final result of that was 4-0. You think about it too, you're probably asking, well, Argentina got the win against the Netherlands in a penalty shootout, right? Well, technically, a penalty shootout, if there's a match that goes to a penalty shootout, then that counts as a draw. It doesn't matter what the result is of the penalty shootout, it's still counted as a draw. I know some people, I know like this happens in high school and college soccer where after a penalty shootout, whoever wins the penalty shootout gets like an automatic goal and they win. But in truth, it's a draw decided of a penalty shootout to decide who advances. That's a technicality in soccer. Mhm. Of course, a lot of interesting games tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Morocco tries to become the first African country to place in the top 4 as they face off against Portugal. I mean, it could be a Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench, Portugal, after Gonzalo Ramos had a hat trick on Tuesday, and then afterwards, England against France. Probably one of the most prominent rivalries in European and probably world soccer renewed at the biggest stage. This one's out towards Molina, played in the middle. Messi couldn't get the best touch on that, as it's nifty work by Gakpo to get it red, just only as far as Romero. Again, it'll be interesting to see here with Scaloni moving to. I mean, you think about it, it's a 5-3-2, but in ways could almost be played as a 3-5-2 with the 3 center backs holding as they are. Speaking of which, here's Acuna, one of the left wing backs, pipping through. Good ball in for McAllister, brings it down, crosses it across the box. A little too far for Molina, who was there. Here's DePaul. He sends it in, and it's caught there by Pair. So with that, here comes Netherlands the other way. Frankie de Jong cutting back a few guys. Crunching tackle by Fernandez. Will be called back, though, for a free kick. Again, not the best call there from the ref. And I don't see why. I mean, the other than the fact that it looked like it was Fernandez. I don't know. Was that Fernandez? I have no clue. Might have been either Fernandez or Romero. I think it was actually Romero. I saw a 1 on the shirt, not a 2, at least as the first number. So, part of me, that was Cristiano Romero then with the foul. That's interesting, though, that Romero's kind of in that spot. Kind of shows where Scaloni's playing it. 3 center backs to kind of provide a little extra protection. Now they've actually moved into a 4-3-3 upon the free kick restart. Timber, now to Van Dyke. And now we'll see the changes for Argentina kind of scattering themselves across, going back towards that 5-3-2. as indicated on the roster sheet. Possession so far has kind of been equal throughout 41% for Netherlands, 42 for Argentina, 17% in dispute. As Romero gets the ball back to Otamendi. Back and forth they go. Back out towards Romero. He crosses, or not crosses, rather, plays this forward for Alvarez a little too far. Julian Alvarez, another guy who's kind of been on the scene as of late for Argentina. Speaking of which, Argentina might have gotten onto the attack, but Messi and many others couldn't get a full control of the ball. De Jong, now for Timber, right center back going forward here. Scores in the middle for Gakpo. Now to Depay. Depay, now to Depay on the left. He crosses it back post. Timber heads it across. Blind can't get to it. And with that, it's headed back by DePaul out of the box. Here's Fernandez. A lot of chances there for the Netherlands, just couldn't get anything going. Dumfries, believe it or not, the right wing back, was kind of playing as a striker there on that play in the middle of the pitch. Frankie de Jong back to Van Dijk. One thing I noticed too with Netherlands overall is they're kind of, in sense they're a physical team, but at the same time, in terms of offensive possession, kind of towards the bottom. Obviously, a lot of people expect Morocco. If there was one team in this World Cup that people are like, you know what, I just don't see them as that big of a threat. Many people would say Morocco, and rightfully so. They're kind of least in terms of some of the offensive stats out there. Believe it or not, Netherlands is second least, despite them being unbeaten as well. 15 shots on goal, 41 shots, both of them second least amongst remaining teams in the World Cup. That is not in total of all 32 teams that have played. 8 goals overall, that's tied for third amongst the remaining teams. Total passes completed, 1,759. So I can go on and on. Possession, too, is also second least in that regards. But either way, it's been the case so far. Argentina, although possession has kind of been split, Argentina having a little bit more of the potency in their attacks compared to what Netherlands has done, where they've been content to pass the ball around, at least try to get, I think, some sort of momentum on it. Here's Depay, not a blind. Into the middle now. De Jong, back with Virgil van Dijk. Timber plays through. This could be dangerous, but Emiliano Martinez comes off his line to snatch it before Bergwijn could get a touch on it. It was a good slide by Emiliano Martinez. As I may have noted earlier, winner of this plays Croatia in the semifinals will be right here from Lusail Stadium. That was Croatia with a big win over Brazil earlier today. It was 1-all at the end of 120 minutes. Ended up winning the penalty shootout 4-2. A couple misses by Brazil. One of them saved by Croatia's goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic. Then another one, Marquinhos, the decider, went off the post. Van Dijk. Once again, here's Ake. Ake on the ball, now to Blind. Depay. De Jong. Van Dijk. Back out towards Blind. Argentina bringing some pressure, but still, ball continues to stay with the Netherlands. Timber. Dumfries. Once again with Bergwijn. Cut off there by Lisandro Martinez. Free kick for Argentina. I think it was Acuna that was the one tripped up. Dumfries was trying to beg his case that wasn't that much of a foul, but either way, after a string of possessions for Netherlands, and credit to how they've worked it too. Their first goal against the United States was as such. We'll go back to Argentina. Angel Di Maria on the bench to start off today. Got a talking to from the ref as well. We've seen that before in this World Cup where some players on the bench have gotten a card. Haven't seen it actually. You know what? I think I might have seen it in the knockout. I don't know who, but I've seen it. This one, released by Alvarez, couldn't be flicked. You think about it too, with Argentina made it to the final in 2014. This is during the Lionel Messi era. 2006 out in the quarterfinals, 2010 out in the quarterfinals, 2018 out in the round of 16, with France who ended up winning the final. So it's just an interesting point to make there. Might be interesting if you're interested in that. Van Dyke, Ake out on the left. Ake plays it forward here, looking for Depay. He'll circle back. Here's Depay now, still going. Out on the end line, deflected off Otamendi, and it will be a corner kick there. So now a dangerous chance for Netherlands here. 21st minute. Wouldn't say almost halfway through, but getting close to halfway through into this first half. Quarter of the way through, if you want to say. As here's Gakpo to take the corner kick. It's going to be a short one to Depay. Back towards Gakpo. He whips us in, headed away there by Argentina. I think it was Otamendi, maybe, to get it there. As Alvarez gives some chase on the ball. Depay also gives chase, nonetheless picked out there well. Good work there. Last touched off, Netherlands thrown for Argentina. And again, Nahuel Molina, a good dribble out. Wanted to just pick it away from Memphis Depay, but another one just get it out and about. And so Fernandez back out on the wing here. This one played through, might be a little too far for running Julian Alvarez. Nonetheless, Argentina brings pressure out for a throw-in favor of La Albicesti. Here's Messi, able to get through. Messi in the clear. Messi's shot just goes wide. That is in the clear. It was specified about 25, 30 yards out. And although Messi has hit curlers like that in his time playing soccer, that's one you'll probably want to forget as it sailed into the bleachers and out now for Netherlands goal kick. Think about it too. Messi has had some interesting battles against some of these players on the squad for Netherlands as well. You think about it, Virgil van Dijk, kind of your captain, especially in the back line for this Netherlands side, plays for Liverpool. A lot of you guys may remember in 2019 you had the special battle there. You had Liverpool against FC Barcelona in the Champions League semifinals. Barcelona was up early in that series. I think they won the first match 3-0 before they got a goal at Anfield, I believe. It was something on the lines that they got a goal at Anfield, and then Liverpool proceeded to end up winning the match 4-0 and advance to the next round. I'd have to look that up, but still one of the great. And Tottenham ended up winning that one at the death. I don't know if any of these guys were playing for Ajax. There's probably a good chance. I mean, probably Frankie De Jong and all were playing for Ajax. So a lot of these guys, both for Netherlands and Argentina, in that Champions League semifinals from 2019. Yeah, so let's see. Barca ended up winning the first match 3-0. Liverpool won the second match 1-0 or 4-0. So that's how it transpired. Van de Beek. I'm just looking at the other one, Tottenham against Ajax. Ajax won the first match 1-0 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Or is the other way. Meanwhile, a chance for Netherlands, and it just skips wide. Memphis Depay almost with the chance of skipping wide there. Bergwijn, and he glided there on the ball. There's both of them in the area. I think it was Depay to take the official, or actually it was Bergwijn to take the shot there, and it ends up skipping past wide of net. So goal kick. 25th minute of play, so now 21 minutes plus stoppage time. First half, still nil-nil between Netherlands and Argentina. Interestingly enough, too, this is kind of a hurdy for Netherlands in both the club way and the country way. Wijnaldum, who was one of the starters in that 2014 semifinal against Argentina, out for this World Cup with an injury, also scored a brace in the matchup against Lionel Messi's Barcelona in 2019. It's back with Argentina now, out on the wing for Romero. Despite three center backs, Scaloni's men are playing quite wide out on the pitch. Something interesting to see as well. Speaking of which, Cristiano Romero now going for the center back. He'll cut back here to Fernandez. Fernandez and for Messi. It's a good win there. Acuna and another guy just had a collision there. Couldn't tell who the midfielder was, but either way, it's out for a Dutch throw-in. So a little bit out of control pace for the Argentinians, and once again gives it back towards the orange of Netherlands. Netherlands playing almost, despite on paper being the home team in this one, almost playing like the road team. I'm looking around the stadium, and it's mostly just white and sky blue of Argentina. Not too much orange in that area. Meanwhile, here's McAllister to win it back. He goes down, and it's a free kick, but they're going to review the free kick at the initial violation, which was a little further up the pitch. I think it was with Gakpo getting at Lisandro Martinez, maybe. I mean, I didn't see much of a foul there, but I think just the fact that Gakpo stuck his studs up towards Lisandro Martinez's face, I think is warrant of a free kick unto itself. So, free kick, instead of it being super far back, or rather super far forward, it's about maybe 45, 50 yards out. Goes to Fernandez. So they end up going back. It's back to defensive half for Argentina. Martinez, that is Lisandro Martinez, back to Emiliano Martinez, who just booted it forward, looking for Julian Alvarez, and turns out flag's gone up for offside. It's Nathan Ake again. He'll pip this forward, looking for Gakpo, but ends up pushing down, I believe, Lisandro, or actually Otamendi in the process. Didn't see much of a foul there. I mean, Otamendi, I think, might have got tripped up onto his own feet, but either way, back with Argentina. Some two of my favorite phrases to use. Either way, nonetheless, it's probably why you needed the source. Meanwhile, Emiliano Martinez hooked this outside, looking for Acuna. A little too hooked as it goes back towards Netherlands. Throwing now deep in the attacking third. This one's sent back towards Timber. Van Dijk. Van Dijk pushes it over towards Ake on the left. Ake surveys his options, and he'll dribble this one back towards Noper. Noper now back towards the goal, out of the edge of this box, about maybe 20 yards out from the goal line. Again, now he's just kind of surveying it around. Now he'll clip this out towards Timber. Still with Timber. Now De Jong. De Jong now to Van Dijk. He'll split the field a little bit, as here's Depay who tracked back to get it. Back with Dumfries. Now with Bergwijn going forward. Bergwijn, what can he do? Goes out to Dumfries on the right. And it's squared back here for Gakpo. Gakpo whips it into the box, headed away there by Romero. So there's a change of syllables, change of synonyms too. Obviously, a lot of things. One broadcaster once told me one of the best things to do is look into the source and find things you can say. That is not, which is kind of what you want to say, but you don't want to say those words verbatim. Here's Messi, and just slide this out towards Molina, or Romero rather. Confusing. Molina, now to DePaul. DePaul now flips it out to McAllister. McAllister now slows it back towards Fernandez. Fernandez again, about 45 yards out. But he took a swig of water. Here's McAllister. DePaul. It's Romero. Otamendi. Fernandez. Once again, ball keeps on clipping out and about. 30 minutes through here from Lusail Stadium, still nil-nil between Netherlands and Argentina. Chances both ways, but nobody, that is, none of the goalkeepers, have made a save in this match so far. No shots on target, in other words. It looks like there's two balls in the field, and now Lionel Scaloni has gotten a yellow card from the ref. Again, now there's a chat, I think, with now I think some of the assistants of Scaloni are coming up to talk here, but either way, I think there might have been some kind of confusion. There were two balls on the pitch. I don't know if that had something to do with it, but either way, play resumes with the Dumfries throw-in. Dumfries out to Depay, couldn't flick it on towards a running Gakpo. There's Fernandez, and so Fernandez up against De Jong. Fernandez passes it out. Fernandez trying to play through there. Argentina playing a lot more conservative, sure, but at the same time, a little interesting as well. There's DePaul, Messi, McAllister. McAllister still going with the ball. Now get it out towards DePaul. Enzo Fernandez again. And the 21-year-old had his first ever goal for the national team against Mexico. That was a few days ago, actually, believe it or not. 13 days ago against Mexico. Curler from about 18 yards out kind of solidified the victory for La Albiceste. Romero, Messi. Again, a rough touch there. Couldn't tell who it was. I think it might have been Alvarez. But either way, one back here by Argentina, Acuna. Now with Messi. Out with DePaul. Plays through. It's a decent ball. Out with Molina. He'll square this out. McAllister. McAllister. DePaul. And it's easily right towards no pair. Rodrigo DePaul, Messi's bodyguard, thought about maybe putting a good strike, a good passing sequence as well for Argentina. But in the end, the shot means nothing. So that goes back towards no pair and the Dutch. So there's a look at that. So Scaloni ended up getting a yellow card. Walter Samuel, one of the assistant coaches for Argentina, also ended up getting a yellow as well. Never thought I'd do this, but yeah, Walter Samuel listed as one of the assistant coaches, one of the three assistant coaches to Lionel Scaloni alongside Pablo Aymar and Roberto Ayala. Once again, still with Argentina, who has started to develop more of the possession in this one as this match has gone along. Here's Depay clipping this, looking for Bergwijn, picked off there by Otamendi. Molina again. We'll play this out towards Messi. He's tracking back. Messi now going inside. Messi plays it through. The man's in the clear, and it's in the net. Goal for Argentina. Noah Molina, the right back, with a great through ball in. There's Messi with a great through ball in, and Molina buries it in the back of the net right here in the 35th minute. Argentina 1, Netherlands nil. And how about that? I said that before with Scaloni, the fact that he went with the five-back line. You have Acuna, you have Molina, two guys that can get forward on the ball. And of course, the GOAT himself, Lionel Messi, with the assist. Once again, it's Argentina. You think about it, in every match Argentina has played, they have ended up scoring the opening goal. I don't think any other team in this World Cup, well, actually, Netherlands can say that, but no other team other than these two. I mean, they're in few company, very rare company. Actually, you think about it, Morocco in that way, but good ball, better finish too from Molina. Of course, playing kind of the right back, right wing back role, buried in the back of the net. Put it where you want. Argentina up 1-0 against Netherlands, something we did not see in that 2014 World Cup game, a goal. We see it here 35 minutes through. Again, you can see the joy on Argentinians' faces. I mean, the fact in 2014, they were a Mario Götze goal away from potentially winning the World Cup. They beat Netherlands in the semifinal, actually on their Independence Day, fun fact. And then afterwards, unfortunately suffered a loss to Germany. Rather disappointing World Cup 2018. And the fact that with Argentina too, they're trying to pull off something special in the sense that they won Copa America. Now they're trying to win the World Cup. Something that I mean, here I go again with my research, but hasn't been done in a while at the national stage, especially now with South America. I mean, you think about it. Let's see. Trying to think of Copa Americas. Brazil didn't win in 2018, not winning this year too, because, well, if you didn't tune in earlier today, they lost to Croatia on penalty kicks. Now let's see. Chile, both times they won against Argentina in 2015 and 2016, didn't even make the World Cup in 2018. So obviously, now I know my new side project then. Find out the last time a team won Copa America and then either right after or right before, won the World Cup. Rodrigo de Paul went down there, and for whatever reason, the ref is pointing at his watch. Meanwhile, de Paul will need some treatment. So I guess it's time to do some research then. Looked like it was a challenge there, just going back to DePaul. I think it was him and De Roon that were meeting up there for the challenge. So just in case anybody tunes in, I'm not on my phone doing willy-nilly reacting to this. I'm trying to find some research. So 2015, 2011 is the next Copa America, correct? Now, now the last time a South American team won the World Cup was Brazil in 2002. So probably have to go back to 2003, I would guess, 2003 Copa America. See when was the last time? 2004 Copa America. Brazil ended up winning. Oh seven, Brazil also won. Interesting. 2001 was Colombia. So Brazil won the Copa America in 2004, 2 years after they won the World Cup. Now I don't know if it's happened the other way around, where a team has won the World Cup after winning Copa America. Nonetheless, Acuna entered the attack, still there, and it's collected by no pair. So more on that at halftime if I can find anything in the sense. But the last time a team won Copa America and the World Cup, kind of around the same time frame, was Brazil back in the early 2000s. So hey, you think about it, and like I said, that was the last time a South American team won the World Cup was in 2002. Here's Ake. Once again, slowly rolls back towards no pair. Here's Van Dyke. Meanders for a while. Now he's looking for his man there. Nonetheless, Alvarez picks it up. Alvarez out to Messi in the box. Messi, what can he do? He's tracked, shot, and it goes right towards No pair. He's already bagged an assist today, and once again, Lionel Messi, one of the best to ever do it, almost got a goal there, a big goal. Too far, Argentina would have doubled their lead. Either way, if you got Lionel Messi in fantasy today, it's not bad. Once again, Daily Blind. Blind, the only guy on was a starter on that 2014 squad, especially in that semifinal against Argentina, who is still a starter today. Everybody else has either been moved to the bench or has retired or many other circumstances. One of the guys on the bench actually is De Vrij. He was also one of the other starters in the match against Argentina back in 2014. Chinesen was the goalkeeper back then. He failed to make the World Cup roster this time around. Of course, I noted in the Netherlands US reaction last week the fact that Netherlands goalkeepers are not that experienced at this level. Nonetheless, 40 minutes through, 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Cody Gakpo stands over this free kick about 25 yards out or so. He'll be the one to take it. Blind also stands there. Two men in the wall for Argentina. So here we go. Gakpo fakes on it. Now he'll whip this one into the box. Headed away there by Argentina. Either way, a collision there in the middle. Dumfries went down with another Argentinian, and with that, will be a free kick for Argentina. Yeah, so it looked like couldn't tell the number. It was DePaul just getting trampled. Dumfries actually went over the top on McAllister. So kind of a double whammy there for Denzel Dumfries. So 42nd minute, 1-0 in favor of Argentina. Nahuel Molina with the goals. It was fed in by Lionel Messi. Of course, still a lot of time left to be played, but for Argentina, once again, trying to keep a command that they've done throughout this World Cup. Obviously, lost it in their first match against Saudi Arabia. Still on their quest to become the first team to win the World Cup after losing their opening match since Spain did it in 2010. And as I can see here on the Telemundo broadcast, winner of this game will play Croatia on Tuesday, right here at Lusail Stadium. Croatia with a big win over Brazil in penalty kicks. This one rolls all the way back to Noper, and just like that, he rolls it out to Timber on the right. Here's Van Dyke. Timber finds some space in the middle with Depay, now back out towards Dumfries on the right. Taken by Acuna, but he will be called for the foul. Free kick for the Dutch, and Dumfries will then initiate some theatrics. Yellow card for Acuna, first yellow card of the match. Actually, pardon me, it will be yellow card on Timber. Let's see. This might have been for a previous foul. Again, I don't see anything, but oh, okay, okay. I'm just seeing it on the replay there. Timber ended up shoving Acuna down. Now I think Acuna's saying, "Hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done the foul. You should have just blown the thing dead when I got it there." So Acuna also ends up getting a yellow. Also, the other thing is, I talked about this earlier. The fact about players being on the yellow. I think this is the last game before teams would have to miss it. And that is, would miss the semifinal. If that's the case, if that's the case, Acuna would be out for the semifinal against Croatia. Would be big for this Argentina side that loves to get up on the attack. Tagliafico is on the bench. He's also a left back, but would initiate some different change, especially if this 5-3-2 actually works good today for Argentina. So far, it has. They're up 1-0 against the Netherlands. Their right back, kind of listed per se as a right wing back, Nahuel Molina scoring the goal off an overlapping run. So once again, Gakpo sends us in. It's a good ball in, and it's headed up by Otamendi. Virgil van Dijk was towards the back post with almost a point blank chance had he gotten ahead to it. Back towards Netherlands territory, and once again, it's back towards the attack. Depay, headed by Romero, and he actually got a hand to it. Looked like it was the case, and indeed it was. So Christian Romero ends up in the book. So yeah, and when you think about it, Romero just swatted the ball with his right hand. Obviously unnatural, obviously unconventional there. So once again, another chance for Gakpo and Blind who stand over the ball. Messi will be in the wall on this one. Once again, about 25, 30 yards out. Gakpo with the in-swinger, and it's caught by Martinez. Kind of had to dive to his left there. Didn't read the ball perfectly well, but able to make a good stop. Keep this one Argentina 1, Netherlands nil. Again, I think it was actually Nathan Ake. Might have been the closest guy in the area. Went down, and they're calling potentially for a penalty kick. Either way, ref will give the ball back towards Emiliano Martinez. I don't know why he's going to do this as a drop ball, but either way, back with Argentina, and we're now in stoppage time as 5 minutes have been added on, about 45 seconds into this period. Again, Argentina up 1-0 against Netherlands so far. And Martinez once again uses the rugby style kick, giving it back a little too far for Julian Alvarez, who was giving chase there. To Van Dijk, Bergwijn, Dumfries, Alvarez. Alvarez still going, goes down. No foul. No foul. Play kind of just stopped there for a little bit as whether or not something would happen. Now there was a takedown there. I think it was De Jong going down courtesy of Alvarez, and with that, Alvarez will earn himself a yellow card. So in the course of about these past 5, 10 minutes or so, we have seen four yellow cards. Acuna, Romero, Timber for the Netherlands, and now Julian Alvarez. Now we also saw a yellow card on the bench too. Wout Weghorst. So, along with the four players who are out on the pitch, we've also seen three yellow cards handed out to the bench. One to Lionel Scaloni, one to Walter Samuel, two coaches from Argentina, and now Wout Weghorst on the bench for the Netherlands. Here's Blind, or De Jong rather. Long ball sent forward. Gakpo tried to get ahead to it. Nonetheless, ended up it was not a bad ball, I'll tell you that. But Gakpo, whether he was trying to get it towards Depay, and Depay showed some frustration, Depay and Bergwijn ended up being caught there by Martinez. Ake back towards Noper. Noper sends it back, and once again, one in the midfield by McAllister. And McAllister will earn the free kick here. Again, I mean, the thing is, the refs had some interesting decisions today, and since sometimes he wanted to play lenient, sometimes he's not so lenient. It's rather inconsistent, it's been frustrating both sides in this match today. Enzo Fernandez stands over the free kick, takes it back to Otamendi, now to Romero. One clipped up. Alvarez just heads it up. McAllister couldn't get it back. And that the ball continues to pip up high in the air. Timber with the header there. Bergwijn now to Dumfries. Out for a Dutch throw-in. About 90 seconds or so left in the stoppage time period. De Jong, or De Roon rather. Ake. Here's Depay. It's a nifty move there. Nonetheless, just cleared with Romero going to his backside. Romero and Depay again. Once again, Taka continues with the Dutch. Once again, Ake might have shoved the guy down on the ground. Might have been messy there. Nonetheless, no call. Dutch possession continues with about a minute or so left in this first half. Here's De Jong again. Bergwijn. Depay again, now out to Blind on the left. Depay tried going 1-2 with Blind, and he was shoved down there by Molina. Once again, goes out. Didn't know what the ruling was here. I think it will be a goal kick. We're approaching 5 minutes here from Lusail Stadium. Presumably, upon this kick by Emiliano Martinez, it looks like we should reach halftime. Once again, got to look at those guys. Lionel Messi trying to win the greatest trophy in soccer history, probably the greatest trophy in world sports history with the World Cup title. Of course, you got the two presidents of either federation. You got Netherlands earlier as Martinez sends us out. McAllister couldn't keep it in play. And with that, does the whistle blow? No, it doesn't. Still keeps on going. Back with Dumfries, who will take the throw in here. So Dumfries send this up the pitch. And with that, it goes back to Romero. Romero back towards Martinez. More than 5 minutes through this stoppage time period, along with the 45 minutes of the first half. Lisandro will send this up the pitch. Might have gone off Alvarez's back there. Wasn't aware of it. And with that, we have reached halftime here from Lusail Stadium. 1-0 in favor of Argentina. Lionel Messi, this time with the assist for the goal. And the goal was put in the back of the net by Nahuel Molina. Of course, Molina, a guy who's been starting at that right back spot for majority of the games so far. It was great to see him get a goal. That too, his first ever goal for La Albiceste in his 25th cap today. So can Argentina keep the lead or do Netherlands strike a comeback in the second half? I'll be off for a few minutes and then I'll be back for the second half right here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere, folks. Alrighty, so I'm back here, and it looks like teams are back at Lusail Stadium. Argentina and Netherlands making their way out. Netherlands will be having a couple changes as we start off the second half. First change coming will be, I believe, number 20. As we saw in the match against the United States, two Coop miners will be checking in, and also coming in will be Steven Bergui. Steven Bergis will come in alongside Coop miners. Those will be your two changes. Still uncertain who would be coming off in that situation. As of right now, it's going to be 1-0 in favor of Argentina. So it's going to be Bergui coming on for Bergwijn. So Bergwijn will head off. Bergis is now in. And then Coop Miners, I would guess, I mean, he checked in for Klaassen on Saturday. I'm still kind of uncertain who he would check in for today. Let me check that. If I can bring up the slate. Once again, had some problems with Wi-Fi today. It's been a little better as both matches have gone on. So far, Argentina controlling most of the shots, not most of the possession. Mostly that's in favor of Netherlands with 57. But Argentina with 5 shots, 3 of them on goal. One of those 3 shots on goal ending up in the back of the net, courtesy of Nahuel Molina. So looks like Martin de Roon will be coming off for Coop Miners today. Back underway here at Lusail Stadium, about 20 seconds into the second half. So once again, Argentina trying to pick up a winner playing Croatia here at Lusail Stadium in the semifinal. Argentina, boy, oh boy, would it be great if they were to make it to the stage, playoff against Croatia, last time's runner-up, the 2018 runner-ups at Lusail Stadium. I mean, you think about it, they've had one of the best, if not the best, home crowd in terms of attendance here in Qatar. That's probably even when you stack up Qatar itself in this World Cup, they've probably had a better representation than the host country when it comes to people attending their matches. Here's Romero now going forward, decides to use that space, gets it out towards the goal scorer Molina. Now it's out to Messi. Lionel Messi now. Still going into DePaul. Now to Messi again in some space. Messi cuts inside, gets it out now towards Alvarez, back towards Messi, and he'll send this out towards Acuna on the wing. Acuna now cross deflected out for an Argentina corner kick. And again, Lionel Messi, that was an interesting dribble too. He could have taken a shot, but decided to kind of survey his options, get it out towards Acuna on the left. It's an interesting decision for sure, as Argentina goes over to the corner flag. That was probably Lionel Messi goes over to the corner flag to take this. So once again, it's going to be Messi whips this in a little too far, and it will be Lisandro giving some chase to it. At least it appears like Lisandro. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez now decides to go in line. A little choppy. Still remains out there on the side. And seen out there by De Jong. Goal kick for the Dutch. This one is got there by Coop Miners, so we wear number 20. Bergui will be wearing number 11 today. There's Depay. Memphis Depay on the ball. The current FC Barcelona man, of course. On the other side, former FC Barcelona man and Lionel Messi. He's also got his teammate, that is Depay, playing with him, and Frankie de Jong, who's been with FC Barcelona since 2019. Here's Bergis. Now it's with Gakpo. Lost the ball there. Dumfries gives chase, and Lisandro just clears it out for Netherlands throw-in. Once again, here's Gakpo again on the ball. Kept it in place somehow, but it's caught by Martinez. Once again, Cody Gakpo might get the ruling of best young player at this World Cup. Ended up putting up a good performance so far. He's put 3 goals overall. However, all of those 3 goals have come in the group stage. But still, overall, not a bad position to potentially win Golden Boot if you were to get goals, maybe one in the second half. We got about 40 minutes plus stoppage time remaining if Netherlands were to equalize here. You think about it too, and like all these like Golden Ball, best young player tournament. I mean, there's a lot of good options. Gonzalo Ramos added himself to the mix after the hat trick against Switzerland. He could do that if he adds a little more goals to his resume. Meanwhile, Acuna was going toe to toe with Dumfries, and Dumfries ended up winning the battle as he passed it towards Nopert. And Acuna's got hands on his head, thinking, "How in the world was that not a foul?" Either way, back with the Dutch. Here's Van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk over to Coop Miners. Two Coop Miners. Messi tried playing it back towards McAllister. He's kind of lost in the sauce there as Ake clears it out. Might have taken a deflection off McAllister because it's the Netherlands throwing. Van Dijk. Coop Miners again deflected, and it gets right back towards DePaul on the other side. Got options both ways. Plays it in for Messi, but it's a little too far as Nopert grabs it as Messi looks up to the sky, wishing he could get a touch on it. Got an assist today, so goal here would give him the one apiece. Here's Bergis on the ball. Van Dijk. Now towards Frankie de Jong. De Jong. Gakpo. Out towards Dumfries again. With that, it goes back towards Timber. De Jong. Depay lost the ball there, and since Messi's going to take control of it here, but pardon me, not Messi, it's going to be Fernandez, I think. Somebody there in the middle for Argentina. A little mistake there with them and Molina. Back with Romero. Otamendi. Enzo Fernandez. Romero. Interesting to note here with Argentina, I just realized this right now. Lionel Messi, when Argentina's played at Lusail Stadium, scored the goal against Mexico, and then he's assisted on two. One was to Enzo Fernandez, who came off the bench on that given day, November 26th against Mexico, scored the second goal for Argentina, his first ever goal for his country. Today, Argentina's up 1-0. Messi once again got the assist towards Nahuel Molina, who scored his first ever goal for Argentina. So it's quite popular. It's quite an achievement to it. Lionel Messi helping out a lot of the younger guys. Even though he's not doing all of the scoring for Argentina, his assists have helped out. And as I said, he's assisted on two first ever goals at the country level. Blin plays it direct and it's cleared away there by Molina. The rate I'm going, I'm probably going to need an Ethernet cable because this is getting annoying. This is the case in Croatia versus Brazil. It's the case going on right now. Here's Frankie de Jong. Out of Van Dijk. De Jong. Still, ball continues to be knocked around here. Here's Van Dyke now. Tell you what, I'll probably go in front of the TV. Try it in front of the TV on Saturday. It's not the best angle, but we can probably make it work. Give it a little, at least more of a homely atmosphere. Here's Coop Miners, Acuna. It was Acuna. It probably was. DePaul. Oh, he tried giving it out there to Molina. Now I think at least the Dutch are calling for a handball there. Messi, for a reason, I think is saying my bad in that instance. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's a handball there on Messi. Quite obvious too, as he had his hand up above his head. Dumfries, not a Timber, not a Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk once again out on the wing we go. And a little miscommunication there between Bergui and Dumfries, but either way, goes back towards the Dutch. 55 minutes through, 35 minutes plus stoppage time left. Argentina up 1-0 against the Netherlands, courtesy of a Nahuel Molina goal in the 35th minute. Timber plays it up, looking for Depay there, and it's eventually cleared away by Argentina's center backs. Back with Virgil van Dijk. Kind of that's kind of the name of the game. I think what we're going to see in these next few moments. It's going to be Netherlands knocking the ball around, looking to see if they can break Argentina's defense down. And this might have been partially why Lionel Scaloni moved into a 5-3-2, allow your wingbacks to go up the pitch, then kind of settle back and let them play truly as defenders. It's not a bad idea, if you ask me. There's De Jong, Timber again, Gakpo, lost it there off of DePaul. Dangerous ball play back towards Lisandro. Could have been picked off there. As here's Acuna able to get past Gakpo. Plays it past Coop Miners, but it was eventually nicked away by Timber out for an Argentina throw-in. So the throw-in now. Possession, kind of as I expected, going more in favor of Netherlands. 52% for them, 35% for Argentina, 13% in dispute. And for Netherlands, as I said earlier, second least amount of possession in terms of teams that are still in this World Cup. Second least with 52%. That is only team below 50% being Morocco with 35. Also, the second least in total. Costa Rica only had less. But either way, Netherlands now, team that's not used to attacking, or rather not used to possessing, now has to possess, at least in terms of where they stand on the totem pole. You look at Argentina on the other side, 65% possession. That's the most amongst remaining teams, tied for second most total. If you're wondering, I think it's England who stands tied for second most, and in this case, tied for most possession amongst teams remaining. Obviously, Spain number one with about 76% of possession. Still not enough to beat Morocco, though. So that tells you any indication of how this World Cup has gone. Here's Van Dijk. Now Nathan Ake. Found some space, decided to pass it off to Blind. And with that, it goes back towards Van Dijk again. Van Dijk with a long ball forward, headed away by Acuna. And it's out for a Netherlands throw-in. Dumfries, who was giving chase, just plays it back here for Bertui. His cross blocked away by McAllister. De Jong, Coop Miners cleared away there. This is a nifty clear by Otamendi. Here's Messi now. Good through ball. And here's DePaul now. Options both ways. Here's DePaul. Rodrigo DePaul now crosses into the middle, slipped on the turf a little bit, was last touched off Molina, and then it was Ake who deflected away. Either way, big chance for Argentina. Started off by Messi's through ball. Molina keeps it in play, still in play somehow. Good work by Argentina. Here's DePaul, now to Fernandez, back to Lisandro Martinez and Otamendi. Acuna in turn will play this back towards Emiliano Martinez. Otamendi. This one clipped forward, and again, Timbers just got to pip it up. Julian Alvarez has been in their face throughout the day today. I mean, you think about it, I said this earlier, that's how they got their goal against Australia. Ended up being the game winner. There's Argentina won at 2-1 at the time. Alvarez's goal made it for Australia. Got one courtesy of an Enzo Fernandez own goal. Kind of a fluke in that way. How about this ball, though, from Lionel Messi? Playing it aim it, and just again, Rodrigo De Paul slipped on the pitch, and had he not slipped, could have been potentially goal number 2 for Argentina. 60 minutes through, 30 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, and Alvarez was manhandled there. No foul called, as this one's pipped up, headed away there at Otamendi. It's Messi, oh, what a turn. Sent a guy down to the ground. I think that was Blind, actually. Molina now. Still going on the ball. He's got Ake in the area. Plays in for DePaul. DePaul goes back towards Messi. Still goes forward. Messi in some space. Messi tries fighting off Van Dyke. Doesn't get past Van Dyke, but does draw a free kick. And it'll be just on the edge of the box, too. So a dangerous one for La Albiceste. There we go. So once again, a lot of guys in the area. Could see Lionel Messi, of course. I don't know if he may want to roll this back. This is about 20 yards out. He would need to get some kind of inquisitive stuff going on in terms to get it over the wall, but also dip it into the net past Nopert, who's quite a tall guy himself. And probably, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the tallest guy in this World Cup. But again, here we go again. You think about it, a lot of fast goals. That is, the ball was traveling fast when it was scored. It was a case with Luis Chavez. He took a free kick about 30 yards out from here against Saudi Arabia. Probably one of the best free kicks I've ever seen. Well, I don't know. I beg to differ. You've got Lionel Messi right here. He could potentially top it. You got 5 men in the wall for Netherlands, 1 man on the ground as well to stop one from going under the wall. So nonetheless, all eyes on Lionel Messi. I believe it's DePaul also standing over the ball for Argentina. Whistle blows, and here he is. Messi! Just off. It grazed the netting, but it ended up being the outside netting rather than the inside. It had a lot of pace, and had that gone on frame, would have been glorious. No way, no Petro stopping that. So bullet dodge there, big bullet dodge there for the Netherlands. Here's Depay trying to play through. Couldn't tell who it was. Might have been, I think it was Gakpo there. I have no clue. Acuna, Lisandro Martinez. Here's Acuna again. Now here's Messi. Now to DePaul. Ball starts to continue working their way out to the right, and it was Messi and Molina there. That is now when Molina was playing a little higher up the pitch. Messi couldn't get it out for another Dutch throw-in. So look at a lot of different guys there. as I noted earlier, this is going to be an emotional World Cup in sense as we get another look at the almost golazo by Lionel Messi, just getting it out of the reach of Noper. But as I was saying earlier, an emotional meeting between these two, and the fact that you have one guy going out that has played a lot of respect in ways to the game. Meanwhile, Daley Blind has gone off for the Netherlands, coming in. I think it was an couldn't tell who it was exactly, but I think it was Luke De Jong forward there, wearing the number 9, PSV man, making his 39th cap today. But as I was saying, would be rather sad in sense, of course, if Netherlands were to come back and eliminate Argentina. Probably the last World Cup game where we would see Lionel Messi. Meanwhile, here's DePaul now in the box, making sure they can put this one on ice so a comeback cannot happen. They've already suffered one comeback. They've been on the receiving end of one in this World Cup already. This one played into the middle, but as I was saying before, you've got the Dutch too, with Louis van Gaal. This is his third term as head coach. 71 years old, but he also has been suffering an aggressive form of prostate cancer. And, for a lot of people in the Netherlands, including the players, he, also nicknamed the Iron Tulip, has been a source of inspiration. So it's just a great story there for Netherlands rallying around their coach and probably his final ride as a head coach. Of course, he's been coaching for a few years now. Gakpo can't get back there. It was deflected, and with that, it's out for another Netherlands throw in. 25 minutes or so left in regulation, plus some extra added time after that. And with that, we'll see Argentina's first change of the day. Rodrigo De Paul had a good chance a few moments ago had he not slipped on the pitch. We'll get an applause from the fans in the stands. And coming in will be Paredes. Paredes started the first match against Saudi Arabia, has been on the bench ever since. And so once again, a good shift by Rodrigo De Paul, also known as Messi's bodyguard, according to many people. Here's Timber, back to Timber. And once again, Argentina's pressure continues as Netherlands once again has to give it back towards No pair. Got three guys kind of in their grill, and now Netherlands will play a little farther up the pitch. Here's Coop Miners on the right. It's a nice switch over there. It was by Bergui to Gakpo. Now to Ake. So you have Luke De Jong playing there. So I think Gakpo will now move out to the left. De Jong will play more of a center slash striking role. Might see Depay kind of playing an A mid role since he is a little more dynamic compared to Luke De Jong. Van Dijk played in. Vergui tried getting a touch and eventually cleared away. So once again for Netherlands, team that's again, I mean, as I said earlier, hasn't conceded a lot of goals. Going into this one, only conceded two, one to Ecuador, one to the United States. The other two matches they faced against Senegal and Qatar were shutouts. Clean sheets in sense for no pair. Nonetheless, Frankie de Jong hurdles down that right hand side. A good pick there off a good track back. Couldn't tell who it was, but either way, it was a nice job. Everybody except Messi back defending for Argentina, and with that, Messi called for the foul there on Timber. Either team, no, it was Timber. So once again, another free kick for the Dutch. Ake, Depay, now Frankie De Jong again. So once again, the ball continues to be passed around here by the Netherlands. You think about it too, not throwing too many bodies at it. Of course, you still got plenty of time. Some sort of urgency, I think, could be given to this situation. Molina taps it out. It's another throw in for the Dutch. Timber now to Bergui. This one clipped into the box, headed away by Cristian Romero. Ake, little shove there in the area, and with that, it's a free kick with Argentina. Cristian Romero, who had the initial header, shoved down there by Dutchman. I believe it was Miners. So it's a free kick. So 70th minute of play now, about 20 minutes plus stoppage time left if Netherlands were to grab that equalizer there. Trying to make it to the semifinals. As they've done, I mean, you think about it, 2006 they went out to Portugal in the round of 16, but 2010 ended up being runner-ups. 2014 ended up being third place. Kind of what Croatia's been on, at least in this World Cup track. Although Croatia has done it too as a second seed. Netherlands was a first seed in 2014. This one still kept in play though. Good work by Molina. Not going to give it back to Netherlands like that. It's good work. Here's Fernandez. And so Fernandez got Molina on the overlap. Decides to play towards Molina. Ake got a piece of it, and it's enough for Van Dijk to clear it away for an Argentina throw-in. So once again, still about 45. This is a long throw in the middle, brought down here by McAllister. McAllister plays it out with Acuna now. Acuna now still goes on the ball. His cross blocked the first time, goes down, edge of the box, in the box, pardon me, and it's a penalty for Argentina. Again, it was a great ball in, and Marcos Acuna actually started a great throw in too by Molina right to McAllister, and Marcos Acuna able to draw contact there on Denzel Dumfries. Now the question becomes, was this inside or outside the box? It was right on the edge, and it looked like Acuna just fell in that 18-yard box. So the question becomes, do they call it a penalty kick or do they call it a free kick for Argentina? That's probably the biggest question VAR would have to figure out. Obviously, not something you can do with the semi-automated offside system. Right now, Lionel Messi stands in the box. He will be the one taking the penalty should it stand. Lionel Messi has taken 26 penalties for Argentina. All of them have gone to either the left or right corner. Most of them in the middle have been saved. Big, big moment for Netherlands. Could be either the momentum killer or a big momentum grower for them if they are to keep their hopes alive. Right now, though, Lionel Messi stands at the PK spot, 12 yards away from their goalkeeper. That is the Netherlands goalkeeper in goal, Andries Noper. So here we go. Messi against Noper here in the 73rd minute. It's Messi staring the ball down, waiting for the whistle to blow. Still waiting for the rest whistle as he's still setting up the penalty kick. With that, he's starting to get out of the way. Here we go. 73rd minute. Messi runs up, takes it, puts it in the back of the net. And with that, Argentina doubles their lead here in the 73rd minute. Lionel Messi goes to Noper's left, and Noper just stands still in the middle. It's Argentina 2, Netherlands 0, and they're standing now at the doorstep to victory. And with that, too, a trip to the semifinals on the line. How about that? As it stands right now, it's going to be a date with Croatia on Tuesday. And once again, Lionel Messi, you thought about it. The narrative going into this World Cup was sure, and this is the case with Ronaldo too, but Messi more recent since he just won the Copa America last year. He won South America. Can he win the world? Well, you think about it now. They've They put themselves in a good position up against the Dutch. As it stands right now, they got a date with Croatia on Tuesday. Now just 2 games away from hoisting the trophy. That too, hoisting the trophy for the 3rd time in country history, I think. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's third. 78, 86. Yeah, I think so, because 90 they lost. Yeah. And with that too, if this were to stand, it would also be the first one there. Emiliano Martinez able to catch it there and kind of stared down Luke de Jong there for a while. You don't have to go full Muhammad Ali on him, nor do you have to go full Allen Iverson. Now I think you think about it too with Netherlands, kind of got to throw stuff at the wall. See it at 60 or 75th minute of play. So 15 minutes plus stoppage time if Netherlands were to get a consolation and then an equalizer here. As of right now, it's mostly in favor of Argentina. That is momentum and also the scoreline. Now the ref's still sorting out details, talking with Lisandro Martinez. I think people are just trying to see here. I don't think it's a foul on Emiliano Martinez, but I think you had Martinez there in the area, and I think looked like there was a number 9 rising up to get it for Netherlands, which would be Luke de Jong. So that's where de Jong was pretty mad about at the time. And now Memphis Depay is also getting riled up as well. Either way, Argentina right now becoming the cool cats, and they've been the cool cats in this game today, led by Lionel Messi, a one apiece. That is a goal and assist in the match so far. So with that, ball goes back to Emiliano Martinez. And with that, Memphis Depay picks up a yellow card. Emiliano just clears it out on the end line, given right back towards the Netherlands. Here's Ake. Try to catch Fernandez off his line. As Depay plays it through. Here's Gakpo. Little push there in the area. No penalty called as he fell in the box. Otamendi now with the pip forward. De Jong. Now to Timber. We start to enter the waning moments in this one. That is, unless this game goes to extra time. Acuna. Now to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez with the pip forward. Good 1-2 there with Acuna. Lost the ball there. Somehow kept it. Went down. And in the process, earns a free kick. Acuna there with the initial one. And I think it's shown there. Lisandro Martinez, too, showing the long ball skills there. He also picked up a yellow card in that altercation earlier. So you got 2 center backs for Argentina on a yellow. Lisandro Martinez and Cristian Romero. We're going to see a bunch of changes so far. First off, Acuna will be off, and it'll be Tagliafico coming in for Argentina. That'll be your first change, and Romero will also be checking out, and checking in will, I believe, be number 6, Herman Pesea. Herman Pesea. Don't believe I've called his name so far, and I've called every Argentina game since, except their match against Saudi Arabia. This is his 34th cap there. Pesea, that is. So he'll be heading off along, and Tagliafico will be heading in. Also, a change coming for the Dutch as well, as it looks like Wout Weghorst, who picked up a yellow card on the bench earlier in today's match. He will now be checking into this one. So he'll be heading off. Memphis Depay is now off. So the 2 top guys for Netherlands, as Bergwijn was subbed off at half for Bergwijn, and now Weghorst will be on for Depay. Timber at 79th minute. So again, about 11, 12 minutes left before stoppage time once again. This one kind of ticking down, but Argentina right now, as it stands, will be playing Croatia in the first semifinal on Tuesday right here from Lusail Stadium. This one clipped into the box. Netherlands trying to change that narrative for now. And with that, goes right back with Nopert and now Timber. This one, a long ball played over there by Timber, still in the area, still bouncing, and eventually cleared away. Now the ref's whistle will blow. It might have been offside potentially. Veghorst and Gakpo were there in the areas. I think Veghorst was going over the top on Pesea, and that might have been the impetus for a whistle. And there's your man right there. That's your man of the match. Lionel Messi had an assist for Nahuel Molina's goal that had Argentina up 1-0 at the break, and then he tacked on a penalty to make this one 2-0. Emiliano Martinez again sends it back towards the Dutch, and Van Dijk will head this back. With that still up in the area, and now eventually cleared forward. It's Messi, and now I think there could be trouble. More trouble, that is. Here's McAllister out on the wing. Chance here for the Argentina, and eventually the ball played in, dribbles right towards Lopert. As Julian Alvarez there on the wing, potentially to make this 3-0 in favor of the Argentines. So like I said, Argentina, if they were to hold on, once again, kind of going back to 2014, where it was Brazil and Argentina in the top four. Unfortunately for South America, it won't be the first time since 2014 in which we will see two teams from South America place in the top four. It's not happened that much. 2014, when Brazil was the host, 1978, when Argentina was the host, ended up winning the World Cup that year, and then 1970 was the last time when neither team hosted, Brazil and Uruguay. That World Cup was played in Mexico. Change here for Argentina is going to be Lautaro Martinez coming on. Of course, kind of had a rough go at it in the game against Australia on Saturday. Missed probably two or three good chances, either skying them or sending them right towards the goalkeeper. There's actually a good Bleacher Report, political like a cartoon, an animated cartoon, where they basically said like the night before the quarterfinals, you had Lionel Messi sleeping on the bed, Rodrigo De Paul as the bodyguard, kind of guarding it. As this one's sent in by Gakpo, that one's headed away, and you had Martinez who was holding a dart. He was going towards a dartboard, and he missed at the dartboard like many times. It shows like all the darts in the wall and the empty dartboard ahead of him to at least kind of illustrate at least Lautaro Martinez's World Cup, at least how it's gone so far. Kind of caught in the upside trap against Saudi Arabia, missed a lot of sitters against Australia. Meanwhile, Otamendi hits this one away as it was hurtling inside the box. Of course, Emiliano Martinez kind of wants to run away with a clean sheet. Here's this header comes in, and the clean sheet's not going to happen. Wout Weghorst, wide open in the area, heads it into the back of the net, right in the corner here in the 83rd minute, and it's 2-1 in favor of Argentina. Netherlands cuts the lead in half. So maybe that's a little announcer's jinx. Announcer's jinx in the fast lane. So with that, like I said, 2-1, and now Argentina's a little wary about themselves. At least you think about it, this is how their match against Australia played out. They were a little wary on the ends and ended up hurting them in the end, almost hurting them in the end, as Netherlands or Australia had chances late in that one, but ended up not pulling an equalizer. Lionel Messi was hurt there off Wout Weghorst, just scored the goal in the 83rd minute. So that's Weghorst's first World Cup goal. Big goal as well. They're now only down by 1. Louis van Gaal not wanting to go out today in his last ride of coaching the Dutch football team. Probably his last ride in coaching as well. It's been an interesting ride, especially in coaching. Coached FC Barcelona actually for 3 years, and also in La Liga at the time, Lionel Scaloni, who was playing for Deportivo La Coruña at the time. In the 3 seasons that you had Scaloni playing for Deportivo and Van Gaal coaching Barcelona, they met up 6 times, 3-3 overall. That is 3 wins and 3 losses for both Scaloni and Van Gaal. The home team won each match. Come to think about it. Home team won each match. It was a case that in one year, Barcelona had the heftier victory. It was in one case, Deportivo had the victory. This one sent into the box, headed up by Weghorst, still in the area. The shot just goes into the side netting. Some of the fans think it might have gone in the net, but a glorious chance there for the Dutch to potentially make it 2-2. And it was Bergui, I think, with the shot. Bergui or Weghorst, either one. Nonetheless, corner kick here as we approach 85 minutes played in this match. That means 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in this one. Nonetheless, this one swung in swinger into the box, headed away, and it's still with the Dutch. Koopmeiners back towards Blind. Diember again, and he'll play it back towards his goalie. Once again, still in the Netherlands defensive half, still with no parrots. Van Dijk looks to direct traffic a little bit. I don't think he is back there. He's playing up almost like a forward right now. It's hard to see where Van Dijk is on the pitch. Indeed, I might be right when I say that. There's Bergui trying to get something on the right-hand side, at the very least earned a throw-in. 87th minute of play now. It was off the shoulder of Tagliafico. Here's Koopmeiners. Timber. Van Dijk. There he is. Ake. Cut out there by Molina. Virgil van Dijk. Sends it over to the other side, headed away there by Lisandro. Still once again, Netherlands now in the attack. Just picked off there. It's a good pick off too by Lautaro Martinez. Got options both ways, so cut to the right, out towards Messi, who was kind of blocked there, and in sense will also earn a free kick for Argentina. Bergwijn with the yellow card, and in sense also has some choice words for the ref. A lot of yellow cards so far in this one. 3 for Netherlands, 4 for Argentina. So in total, 7 on the pitch, and then 3 guys, 3 coaches, that is. Weghorst, when he was on the bench, also picked up a yellow card, and then Scaloni and Samuel also picked one up. Those 2 coaches for Argentina. Besea, back to Emiliano Martinez. Ake going hard there on Messi, no foul called. Once again, the ball continues to kind of be played in the middle of the pitch. Ake now goes down, free kick for the Dutch, and now a fight ensues. Paredes shoved to the ground, and now it's time to get ready to rumble. So we got a few other things to sort out. We got to talk about the initial foul. There was Ake on the ball as he came flying through, and since went down. It will be a free kick for the Dutch. Now some of the Dutch players, many of whom were off the bench, have to be summoned back towards that spot. Dumfries and Van Dyke, I think they're trying to argue the fact that this might be a red card overall. We haven't seen any straight reds in this World Cup except for the one with Wayne Hennessy, the Wales goalkeeper, against Iran. Right now, the ref's only got a yellow card out there. He's got a lot to sort out in terms of stuff. So it's going to be a yellow card for Paredes for the initial tackle. There should probably also be a yellow card for the people who shoved Paredes down because that was also rather unnecessary. Let's take a look. It was a rough challenge either way, and credit to Ake for drawing the contact there. It was a rough challenge overall. There was also one Argentina guy that cleared it into the bench. You had Van Dijk who kind of body checked Paredes there. To my knowledge, I don't think he got a yellow card, interestingly enough. So, nonetheless, 90th minute of play. Free kick now for the Dutch. Bergui sends this one in. This one was sent before the back post, and unable to get a touch there was Dumfries out on Argentina goal kick. Emiliano Martinez was caught in a lucky position, too. He was going to come out to punch it and kind of had to backtrack towards his goal as Dumfries could not get a full touch. Veghorst is still arguing with the ref. I don't know. He knows that he's on a yellow already, so he gives too much for dissent. He's going to be sent off here. Not what the Dutch want. Already knowing that they're down a goal, they don't want to be down a man late in this one. So we're 90 minutes through. 10 minutes of stoppage time are coming up. Crazy. Absolute crazy. So now it's Emiliano Martinez. The long free kick back towards Argentina. Now to Timber. Timber sends it back towards Argentina. Otamendi couldn't get the header up. Still in the area, back with Bergui. And a free kick is given to the Dutch. Right on the edge of the area, too. Let's take a look at this. Gakpo with that, and Otamendi, in sense of trying to get the ball and unable to retrieve it, brought down Gakpo. It's going to be a free kick about 20 yards out from goal, center of the pitch. And again, you could take anybody you want here. Memphis Depay is on the bench, so it would probably be maybe Cody Gakpo standing over this. Also, there will be Coop Miners and also Berguis has been taking free kicks throughout this time, at least ever since coming into this match for the Dutch. Big moment and a big time here at Lusail Stadium. About 90 seconds through stoppage time already. 4 men in the wall for Argentina. Could go either way. Could go to the left, could go to the right. Very much depends on who takes it and very much depends on where the ball is placed. So once again, it's going to be Bergui setting the ball down here. Again, a lot of guys. 5 guys now in the wall for Argentina. 1 guy on the ground. Whistle blows. Here's Bergis into the wall. And again, Argentina lives to keep the lead. Long throw sent back into the box. This one headed up, only as far as Messi. And now the whistle will be blown as there's an injured Argentinian in the box. Ref still, I think, noting how much stoppage time is left. It was actually a collision between Otamendi and Lisandro Martinez, kind of towards the head area. Won't be surprised if Lisandro is brought off here, but knowing he is a center back and knowing his presence, especially in that area, it would be rough if he were to be taken off. As a look at Ruiz shot, almost got it to make it 2-all. And yes, it looked like Van Dijk did get a yellow card for that altercation. He should have for pushing down Paredes unnecessarily. So now once again back towards the Argentinians. Got about 6.5 minutes to waste if they are to advance here. For Netherlands, still trying to keep their head up high in this World Cup. That's a rough challenge there in the middle. Once again, goes towards the Dutch. Koopmeiners there, or Frankie de Jong rather, being the one nicked there. De Jong back to Virgil van Dijk. Not a Timber. Looks like Nathan Ake has started to play a little bit higher up the pitch as this one's gone along. Noppert. This one pipped forward with Weghorst, and it will slowly hop its way out towards Gakpo. Challenged there by Paredes. Last touched off Paredes, I think. And with that, it's going to be a Netherlands throw-in. Now Nathan Ake will summon his players forward, but ends up going close towards Weghorst. Now towards Timber. Koopmeiners. Berguis got challenged, but didn't fall to the ground. No foul called. Timber again sends this one up at least towards the center. Van Dijk has actually come up the pitch too to help out. This one sent into the box, headed away. Good work there by Otamendi. And with that, another ref's whistle blows. And it's going to be a free kick for Argentina. About halfway through stoppage time period now. That's Otamendi. Good work there. Luke de Jong was trying to head that in the back of the net. And again, there's a lot of pans to Angel Di Maria, and probably because he actually told the media that Louis Van Gaal, when he was with Manchester United, that Van Gaal was the worst coach he ever worked with. And Van Gaal ended up, and then Van Gaal ended up kind of giving some smack talk and talking about kissing Memphis Depay. But that's a talk for another day. Got about 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time left. A lot of interesting action still left to be played. Throw in once again for the Dutch. This one will be back towards their defensive half, but rather close towards the midfield as Teambeer will send this back towards attacking territory for the Dutch. Back towards Lautaro Martinez, and Teambeer will send this back towards Noppert. Noppert boots it forward. This one again pipped forward, headed down there. What I forget who it was. Might have been De Jong, and Luke De Jong, that is. And it just skips wide there. Louis Van Gaal still remains in his seat. Netherlands fans having some choice words and some choice actions, as seen there. If you're watching, you know what I mean. So now it's about 3 minutes. Argentina starting to bring the rally towels and in some cases the rally shirts out as we enter kind of the sunset of this match. Lautaro Martinez goes down. Whistle. Will it blow? No, it didn't. Either way, it was Martinez and Lionel Messi giving some chase on the ball. Dumfries now. Long ball played forward. Looking again, looking for Van Dijk, who's now gone up to play like a center forward. As here's Bergui on the ball. Bergis taken back, and here comes Argentina the other way. Probably time waste here. Ball goes down. Man goes down. Free kick for the Argentinians. Good work there. Messi gives a high five over to Paredes, who was the man to draw the foul. Got about 2 minutes left if something is to happen. Argentina will probably take all the time in the world if they could to pip it forward a little too far for Lautaro Martinez. There's the crowd on their feet, even up in the booth too. The Argentina Federation on their feet, trying to bring back World Cup glory, something they haven't done since 1986. Once again, back with the Dutch. This one again, pipped forward. Van Dijk, Ake, cleared away by Molina. There's Gakpo there on the left. Out there for a throw in, about 1 minute or so left. 1 minute of stoppage time. Frankie de Jong, that one clipped away. Collision there in the middle. Free kick for the Dutch. That is a very interesting call as Fernandez was actually it was Paredes, the one that went down there. Luke de Jong was the one that pushed. And then Pesea went over De Jong. So kind of a Argentina sandwich there, or rather a Netherlands sandwich. And thus it's a free kick as we have now 9:33 through this stoppage time period. Oh boy, would this be interesting. Cody Gakpo and Toon Koopmeiners over the ball. Got no pair on his knees, probably praying for something to happen, knowing that this could be the last kick of the match. Once again, Argentina readies their wall. 3 minutes. Let's see. Let's take a look at this wall for Netherlands. And you also got Messi picking up a yellow. Currently, almost everybody's going to walk out of here with a yellow at the rate we're going. So either way, you got Bergis on the ball. You got Gakpo. Bergis went with his left last time and it went into the wall. Got 5-man wall for Argentina. 1 man on the ground. Here we go. Bergui to take it, play through the shot, goes right in the net, and it's an equalized game. Wout Weghorst gets the ball for Bergui, and right here, 100 minutes into the match, it's 2-all between Netherlands and Argentina. Heartbreak for the Argentinians, who just a few moments ago were well on their way to victory, and yet here they are. We saw Croatia, Brazil go to extra time. This one on the way to extra time as well. Wout Weghorst with his second goal of the day. And the Argentina fans who had the rally towels out have well put them away right now. What a moment. And we are back to square one here. Can you believe it? And now I think Messi's talking. I don't know whether or not Weghorst was onside. Weghorst was onside there. That's a good ball. That is just respect to Netherlands. Great ball played through there. And Louis' boys live to fight at least another 30 minutes in this one. Wout Weghorst in the clear, finds the back of the net. 2-all. 2-all in this one. So probably one more kick and then start of extra time. And now I think you've got to rely on the assets for Argentina as well. Paredes now playing six, Lautaro Martinez alongside Lionel Messi. Now there's like 2 balls on the pitch. Now they're going to take one off. But either way, I would guess that would probably be the final play. Or maybe one more chance for Argentina. But either way, a lot of momentum for the Dutch. Here's Messi now going down the right. Messi now for Molina. Molina dancing with Ake, trying to get it back towards Messi. It's not going to work. And with that, we are through 90 minutes of play. Still 2-all between Netherlands and Argentina, and probably the substitute of this World Cup for the Dutch at least. Wout Weghorst comes off the bench, scores a consolation in the 83rd minute, and then just a minute ago equalizes to make it 2-all. And so, while both teams are currently fighting right now, we are headed to extra time here at Lusail Stadium in Qatar. I'll be back in a few moments to give you the start of that right here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be interesting. Alrighty, back for extra time, and it's not looking too good right now for Argentina. It was up 2-0 at one point. Wout Weghorst with 2 goals to make it a 2-all game, as you see right now. Subs warming up for Argentina, as we've seen. Angel Di Maria could be available off the bench, especially knowing Lautaro Martinez, who, as I said before, has struggled in this World Cup going into the match today. So we're back to a tie game. Kind of what we expected going into today. It was going to be a close one for sure. And boy, has the popcorn been raining so far. So it looks like both teams are back out on the pitch. For whatever reason, Messi has still been talking with the ref about some certain idea. I don't know what it was. Maybe the fouls in general. I mean, or cards. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. If you count to the bench, 11, 12, 13 people have gotten a yellow card. It's quite insane. Well, we saw Brazil go out earlier today. Argentina was on the cusp, and again, looked like they were on their way to victory, and here we are. Some call it luck, some call it announcer's jinx, some call it just plain luck. Either way, announcer's jinx happens. It happens to everybody. Looks like so. I think what happened is the ref still has not done the coin toss with Virgil van Dijk and Lionel Messi, the captains. So that's what they're doing right now. It's going to be the Dutch to kick off, I believe. Yeah, and usually that one doesn't mean much. It's more the penalty shootout if we get to that spot. Again, winner plays Croatia on Tuesday. Underway here at Lusail Stadium for extra time. So still about 30 minutes. This one clipped forward by Ake. No changes as expected for either side. Still been a kind of common game. Argentina might make one last change. They've got 4 guys who have been taken off in favor of others. So they still have one left in the works. Same goes to Netherlands. So Otamendi and Lisandro Martinez. Still trying to get something overall is Argentina. Since that goal, that to a penalty kick with Messi. Tries playing it through for Tagliafico. Cut off there by Timber, and Tagliafico sliding tackle goes nowhere except might have been off of Timber. McAllister, Otamendi, Romero, or pardon me, Romero's off. Pesea, Paredes, Lisandro, Tagliafico, Paredes. Now going back once again towards Lisandro Martinez. So one common thing we've seen is Otamendi is still in, so is Martinez. Pesea checked in for Romero earlier in the second half. I think the other question is for Argentina, knowing that they finally get some batch of the possession, at least true possession here, do they decide to get a game-winning goal or do they decide to go to penalties? You already got Messi, who has scored one against No Pair earlier in this one. It could go either way. It could go either way. Push there on the right-hand side. Free kick for Argentina. Enzo Fernandez, the man to go down. He takes it quick out there. Here's Lisandro Martinez again. and just lets it go. Again, play from Argentina has been a little sloppy in this one. And speaking of guys who have picked up a yellow card, it seems like they're giving out yellow cards willy nilly right now, as Nicolas Otamendi will pick one up. This one bounces and it's going to go all the way back towards Emiliano Martinez. Paredes trying to direct some traffic. Number 6, as was the case, and then he kind of got benched in favor of some other players. Enzo Fernandez kind of started in that, well, he came off the bench in the match against Mexico, and then afterwards, Saloni thought he deserved a starting spot. Nonetheless, here comes Argentina again. Fernandez, speaking of him, goes out towards Messi. Messi goes towards Tagliafico, who took the chest down there in the box. Still there. Messi might have tried a scissor kick, but either way, it was headed away by the Dutch for a goal kick. Let's take a look at that. That's a good sequence by Argentina. Just trying to get the ball in the area. Lautaro, and then again, Lionel Messi tried to potentially get the volley off. Couldn't work. Couldn't work overall. Free kick now for the Dutch, as it's De Jong to go down. De Jong went down. Culprit walking back there is Paredes. It's De Jong. Once again, out to Nathan Ake there on the wing. This one whipped into the box back post and ends up going into the top netting. Verghese is trying to call for deflection there. And yeah, I don't think I saw one. It had to be an initial deflection, not from Emiliano Martinez. So 5 minutes through. Still about 10 minutes plus stoppage time left in this first period of extra time. We have not seen any games that have finished off solely in extra time in this World Cup. A few have gone to penalties, 3 so far: Japan, Croatia, Brazil, and then Morocco, Spain. Here's De Jong. De Jong now. Here is Frankie De Jong, the Barca man. Played against Tottenham in that matchup. Of course, playing for Tottenham now is Cristian Romero. He is now on the bench too, so some little connection there. As I was talking about earlier, Ajax, probably one of the most popular clubs in Netherlands, were in the Champions League. That was back in 2019. Also on the other side was Liverpool and Barcelona. Lisandro Otamendi. Once again, the ball continues to be kicked around. I wouldn't say willy-nilly, but both teams still trying to find some kind of breakthrough overall. Or they could go to penalties, as was the case in 2014. Lisandro Otamendi, Paredes, McAllister, Paredes again. Back towards Emiliano Martinez. 97 minutes through this match, 7 minutes obviously in extra time. Here's Fernandez, tripped up there, and it's going to be a free kick for La Biceste. Lisandro Martinez Trying to make a nifty move there and ends up going towards Messi, who goes down, and he'll get a free kick. Or rather, it was Lautaro Martinez. So, can't get anybody's names right. Tagliafico, McAllister. Here's Messi again. Fernandez, now towards Molina. Scored the opener in this one in the 35th minute. Been quiet since. Here's Messi now on the ball. Cut off there by Ake. Now a chance for the Dutch. Vergis playing through, and here's Weghorst now. Weghorst again. He'll cut back. Vergis, De Jong. Little trip up there in the middle, and it's another free kick for the Dutch. It's Luke De Jong this time that was tripped up in the middle. It's interesting to note, too, with now that this match is in extra time, you've got Weghorst in the middle, you've got Vergis, and you got De Jong, you got essentially two number nines playing in that area. And now the reigning Copa America champions are kind of on their back foot here as we approach the 100th minute of play from Lusail Stadium. Vergis whips it in, headed away. Still up in the area and trying to deflect it was Coop Miners. Free kick now for Argentina. Lautaro Martinez brought down there. It's McAllister. Lisandro Martinez. That one clipped forward, that being to nobody as Dumfries tracks back towards Lopert. Lopert plays forward, headed away for now. Here's McAllister, now to Paredes. Paredes now plays it out towards Lautaro Martinez. What can he do? Gets it out towards Molina. Might have been a man down, and now the ref is calling for play to be back. Call it as it is. Call it as it is. Do not let that happen. And it was Messi down, by the way. It was Messi. I mean, kind of just manhandled there by Timber there in the middle. So rightfully so. He should have drawn it, but still, let the play continue before letting it go back. Don't just like coax an offensive attack like that. So now the refs, I think he's just given a talking to Timber, no yellow card. Very surprisingly, in a game where almost everybody has gotten a yellow card on the pitch. So now once again a free kick for Argentina here in the 101st minute, approaching 102nd minute. He'll line up once again. A lot of tall trees in the area, a lot of people who could put this in the back of the net. Messi clips it, headed away. Once again, back out towards Messi. Messi clips the sin back post and it skips past everybody for a Dutch goal kick. You think about it too. Lionel Messi, I mean, I was talking about Liverpool Barcelona earlier in this match coverage. Barcelona was up 3-0 in that match, 2019, the Champions League. Second match, Liverpool beat them 4-0, ended up winning it. One of the best comebacks in history, in terms of Champions League history, that is. Quite impressive for Liverpool to come back from that deficit. Of course, Virgil van Dijk, captain for Liverpool, or at least one of the key players. I think it might be Jordan Henderson, who's the captain for Liverpool. Either way, don't quote me. And then captain for Barcelona, obviously, Lionel Messi. And they're going out today. Argentina was up 2-0. After that, Netherlands came storming back, 2 goals by Wout Weghorst to make this a 2-all match as it stands right now. Tagliafico McAllister goes down, free kick, Argentina. Yeah, here's Brazil. Yeah, not Brazil. This is the problem when you have your mind in two places. This rate, you might as well just insert anybody to call the game. Here's Martinez. Goes down, free kick for Argentina. And once again, this time it was, couldn't tell who it was. Case in point. Can't call the damn match. But it was Timber right now. As Martinez going down, it's going to be a free kick for Argentina. Again, a lot of bodies going forward, including Peseas. They're going to kind of instruct it as such, I would guess. Once again, Lionel Messi to stand over this ball. It's just going to be him standing over the ball. Pips this one into the box. Otamendi tried getting a touch to it, and he couldn't steer it on frame. And once again, the Argentina crowd, most of this crowd at Lusail Stadium remains lifeless. There's still a lot of time left, a lot of chances left for both sides. Argentina now starting to take a little bit more of the control, of course, as I said earlier. Controlling 65% of the possession, at least that's their average here at this World Cup. That one was deflected off, and Emiliano Martinez will go grab it. Paredes, McAllister, Lautaro Martinez tripped up there for a while. And once again out to Molina. Here's Messi. Deflected throw in for Argentina. There's DePaul, or not DePaul, Paredes rather. Couldn't get it. And with that, 15 minutes through here from Lusail Stadium, still 2-2 between Argentina. A few chances on both sides, mostly with Argentina. Still 15 minutes to go here. Once again, quick break, and I'll be back for the second half of extra time right after this. All right, back for the second half now. It's a little bit different. I got this one on Telemundo, which is a little behind the one here on Fox. But either way, play's going to be starting off sometime soon. 15 minutes left in this one. And so far, other than goals, we've seen a lot of yellow cards so far. Guys, you probably want to watch out. Actually, no, I shouldn't clarify that. Lisandro Martinez, Nicolas Otamendi have yellow cards. That's big because it's center backs. With that, we see a change coming for Argentina. Molina will be off. Montiel, Gonzalo Montiel, is now in at right back. So once again, keeping a 5-3-2 slash 3-5-2 available is Lionel Scaloni. And with that, back underway, 15 minutes plus stoppage time. Yet to decide a winner in this one. Fernandez, now with Montiel, now with Messi. Messi still going on the ball, trying playing it through for Montiel. Lautaro Martinez tried getting a touch off of it. Either way, deflected. It might have been off of a Dutch guy last, and it's a throw in for Argentina. Messi takes the free kick quickly. Now, once again, the ref's going to blow the whistle again for the simple fact of just not letting them play on. What in the world is this? So Messi, now to Montiel, who slips again. There's something wrong with that probably that right flank area of Lusail Stadium. Of course, something we've seen a lot with these stadiums is the fact that they've been used so often. I saw Rodrigo de Paul slip in that area earlier today. Here's Messi now. Messi whips it into the box, caught there, a little bounce, but nonetheless, no pair to control that. Something tells me that a big chance is going to come along. Now, I said this in Croatia, Brazil as well, that big chance is going to come along. It's going to be a big player or it's going to be a substitute. Well, it was a big player and a substitute who scored in that one. Neymar for Brazil, Bruno Petkovic for Croatia. This is the second game to go to extra time. Had to do some research. When was the last time that two teams went to, or rather, two games on the same day went to extra time or penalties? I'm trying to think. No, it wasn't actually. It was not France Argentina. So either way, free kick. That's 108. 108th minute. 108th minute. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez. In the middle with Paredes. Now towards Montiel. There's Montiel again back with Messi. Those two playing their private game. Now they'll get Besea involved. Here's Paredes. Paredes trying to clip this through for Messi and Lautaro Martinez. And paired just off his line and out of the box too. Had to just clear it away. So now with that, it's a throw in for Argentina. Deep in the attacking third here, too. It's Montiel to take it. He'll play this back with Enzo Fernandez. Pardon me, Messi. Free kick, Argentina. He went down. Gakpo the one to draw it. And once again, dangerous position for Argentina. But then another yellow card given. Great. Might as well be Oprah for a day. So now you got Montiel with the yellow card. So that means, let's see. 3 of the 5 guys in the back line have a yellow. Messi has a yellow as well, so does Paredes. Nonetheless, 110th minute, about 11 minutes plus stoppage time left. Let's see if some teams go on a scoring spree. Nonetheless, Messi now. Inside the box, Messi cuts it back. His curler goes into the stands. Again, it was an interesting dribble there by Messi. And it's cutting off into his favorite left foot. Just too much sauce in that one. Once again, back with Netherlands. And once again, the goal kicks up. And I think, as we expected, most of the possession with Argentina. Question becomes, do they do something with it? Obviously, that's kind of the pace of it. Meanwhile, Gakpo is trying to go on a flourishing run, and it's picked off there well nicely too. Now it's a free kick given for Argentina. Paredes, the one going down, and Weghorst can't believe it himself. So now you got a few Dutch players talking with the ref, and it was Paredes once again. A lot of guys drawing the fouls, and this is another change that Argentina probably wants to make too. This will be their sixth change of the match. Of course, each team gets one extra substitution once extra time commences. And with that, Angel Di Maria is at the touchline. This one pipped through for Messi, couldn't get it back. Nonetheless, it's back with Lautaro Martinez. Tried playing in towards Fernandez, but it's cleared away out on the end line for a throw-in. Might see Angel Di Maria checking in right now. And indeed, that's probably what's going to happen. So it's going to be actually an offensive change. Lisandro Martinez off and Angel Di Maria on for Argentina. Probably big, not just to get that game winner, but it's an interesting change by Scaloni just in case this one goes to penalty kicks. Netherlands, meanwhile, not playing for that. Crunching tackle in the middle by Otamendi. So then I would guess it would be a four-back line, and Paredes, someone got a yellow. Paredes was the one begging. I would guess. I mean, you think about it. Paredes and Otamendi both are on a yellow. It's actually Pesea. So Pesea now is on a yellow. You got Otamendi, Pesea, and Montiel on a yellow card right now. That's how messed up this game has been today. So once again, Bergis and Gakpo over the ball, about 35 yards out. A free kick here in the 113th minute. Gakpo clips this one back post, right course, wide open, still in the area, now cleared away. Again, wide open. And it was Weghorst and Luke De Jong on the back post. De Jong had a wide open chance for a hot minute to maybe slash it home first time, and that's what he was doing, but maybe not as a chopper. And then his other rebound eventually cleared away. Change now for the Dutch. Gakpo will head off, and heading in will be Lang. That is Kuo Lang, I believe. Noah Lang. Now here's Messi again. One back by Ake. Down to the center. This one controlled by Otamendi. Now the Pesea. Nervy moments here from Lusail Stadium. Here's Messi still going with the ball. And now on a free kick. So still going. He's showing some relentlessness, especially being 5'7". Sometimes the GOAT's got to do everything in that regards. Enzo Fernandez now on the ball. Fernandez trying to play through. He's got Lautaro Martinez. Martinez trying to find Montiel, who would have been in the clear. Nonetheless, clear is blocked. Di Maria now. Back with Fernandez. Fernandez now crosses in the middle. Saved in the middle. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. And Lautaro Martinez wishes he had that shot back. As you had Enzo Fernandez there, and Lautaro Martinez got a shot blocked away off Virgil van Dijk's chest. Corner kick for Argentina here in the 115th minute. Di Maria whips this in low and it's eventually cleared away once and now twice by Van Dijk. Ball once again out with Montiel. Montiel finding some open space. He'll get it out towards Di Maria on the right. Di Maria back to Montiel. Montiel's cross out for another Argentina corner kick. Here's Messi now on the ball. Messi Out in the middle for Enzo Fernandez. His shot deflected, and it just goes over the bar. Again, no pair was reaching back, maybe trying to grab that. It was Wout Weghorst with the deflection, and no pair is lucky that that one did not end up in the back of the net. So now it's another corner kick, this time on the left-hand side for Argentina. Di Maria once again to swing this one in. Messi, the edge of the 18. This one swung into the heart of the box, headed away there. Only as far as Paredes. Di Maria flipped this one deflected. Another corner kick for the Argentinians. Probably their fourth in about 90 seconds. Di Maria, once again, another whip in. Header just too high. This time, Pesea again with more lethal chance to potentially get a goal. What a goal would it be, too, especially this late in the match. Of course, still a lot of time left, 4 minutes plus added time, but chances kept on coming and coming and coming for Argentina, just unable to find goal number 3 today. A little over the top there, and once again, ball goes back to Argentina with Paredes. And again, the question becomes if this is how this extra time and stoppage time is going to play out. When do these matches start to favor Netherlands? When does the match start to favor Netherlands in terms of penalty kicks? Obviously, you got Di Maria, you got Messi, great penalty kick takers, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff to think about. Meanwhile, there's Weghorst again. Now to this one whipped in, caught by Martinez, at least blocked there, and eventually caught there upon its bounce. It was a nifty ball in there by Noah Lang. There's Paredes now on the ball. Enzo Fernandez. Messi. Still on the ball is Messi. Oh, what a turn. Still in some space. Messi now plays it out on the wing. Out towards Tagliafico. Back towards McAllister. Once again, Argentina setting up camp kind of in the 18-yard box area. Biel. Interesting turn there by Fernandez. Now with Messi. Back towards, who is that? Fernandez now. Messi again, this time blocked. Still in the middle, and now this time won by the Dutch. Out there, and here come the Dutch the other way. 3 against 3. Bergui now in the area. Bergis caught by Martinez. So once again, crowd starting to get riled up in this one. About 90 seconds plus stoppage time left. Di Maria playing this through. Played in the middle for Lautaro Martinez. Martinez saved by Roper. Laser of a shot from 18 yards out. This one trickles out for an Argentina throw-in. So once again, back with McAllister. Enzo Fernandez. Back with McAllister. Here's Messi. Now Di Maria. Trying to get 1-2, and Ake able to poke it away. Hard to tell who he was trying to go 1-2 with, but nonetheless, back with Di Maria trying to play through. And once again, still in the area. Still in the area here. Still a chance. Just goes wide. And Messi again knocking on the door for his second goal of the day. So 20 seconds plus stoppage time remaining. Angel Di Maria once again to the corner flag. Di Maria again Whips this one in, a dangerous one, as Noper just had to get a touch on it. Di Maria was going for the Olympico. If only, if only Noper didn't get a touch, and boy, helps to be 6'7" in that spot at that right place, right time. Messi, now Enzo Fernandez, his shot off the post. Chances are coming, just goes out, so it will be a Dutch goal kick. 120 minutes through here at Lusail Stadium. Might have actually taken a Dutch deflection. So we'll still stay with Argentina. So once again, Argentina still 120 minutes left, still a lot of time left. Still no ruling on how much stoppage time we're getting in this one, as that one's sent back. 1 minute of added time, most of it has already been played. This one continues to be skipped up between the two boxes. This one played through and all the way back to Martinez, and he'll probably, no, he'll just roll it. I was going to think maybe hold on for a second. Either way, it's not going to matter. We saw Croatia, Brazil go to penalty kicks, and now this one will head to penalty kicks as well. Boys, this has been an interesting one. A lot of chances for Argentina. Could they get it in penalties, or did the Netherlands rewrite the script? They were foiled in 2014 when these two teams met in the semifinal. Argentina won the penalty shootout 4-2. We'll see what happens next, just in a few moments. So stick around, folks. So after 120 minutes, it is now time for a penalty shootout between Netherlands and Argentina. I'm Mahir Hassan. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday afternoon. Starting to get into the evening here on the East Coast. Did get a toss-up here, as I might have noted earlier. My Telemundo broadcast is a little behind the Fox Sports broadcast. Looks like they're going to be, might be shooting towards Netherlands or Argentina side. Either side, there's going to be a plethora of Argentinians there, since they're kind of sort of the home team. At least they have majority of the fans in the stadium today. It appears that it's going to be Netherlands going to be kicking first. Historically, the team that kicks first in a penalty shootout ends up winning it. And that was the case earlier today with Croatia, Brazil. It was also the case in Morocco, which happened in the round of 16. Third game on here of penalty shootouts. It's kind of crazy to think too. Ever since coming back here to call games for my reaction vids, Portugal beat Switzerland 6-1. Other than that, all the matches have been decided by penalty kicks. Quite impressive, if you ask me. So, first up, Virgil van Dijk for Netherlands going up against Emiliano Martinez of Argentina. Once again, little talk there between Martinez and Lopert. Make sure to keep 1 foot on the line and 1 foot, at least 1 foot that is, on the line. So once again, Van Dijk against Martinez. This to start off this penalty shootout, second one of the day. Takes it, saved by Martinez. Already a little change of momentum. He fires up the Argentinian crowd behind him. And with that, it still remains scoreless here. So now it's Lionel Messi stepping up to take penalty kick number 1 for Argentina. Made his penalty, which was the first penalty in the shootout. That is the first penalty for Argentina in the shootout back in 2014. Made a penalty today against Nopert as Messi went to Nopert's left, and Nopert just stood still like a brick wall. Once again, take 2 with these two guys. Messi against Nopert. Does Messi once again go to his right, or does he change it up? It's Messi rolls it kind of towards the bottom left this time. And Nopert was suspecting Messi would go to Nopert's left and once again got fooled for it. Argentina up 1-0 in the shootout. So now it's once again back with the Dutch. Steven Berghuis to take it this time. Again, a guy who he had the assist to Weghorst's second goal that forced extra time. Up against Emiliano Martinez. Here he is, Berghuis, saved again by Emiliano Martinez. Doing a dance once again. I mean, he pelvic thrusted the last time. I mean, he pelvic thrusted in the shootout against Uruguay in the Copa America last year. So that's, I mean, changing it up, maybe in a good way, making it a little more PG, if you know what I mean. And now he's, oh man, he is still hyping it up. That is a CEO I would want in goal. So once again, back with Argentina. Here's San Paredes. Take this one. Paredes against Nopert. This to extend the lead. Paredes got it. Right into the left. Nopert guessed correctly, but boy, was that a rifle. 2-0, Argentina now leads. Now it's interesting. Emiliano Martinez has already guessed twice and saved twice. Now heading up, believe will be Koen Koopmeiners for the Netherlands. Again, to note, you don't have Depay out there, no Bergwijn, no De Roon. Got a few guys out there, but obviously your attackers have been replaced for the Dutch. So here's Koopmeiners again. Big kick, squares it away. Martinez decided not to choose either left or right, and Koopmeiners puts it kind of towards the right for him. So 2-1 in favor of the Dutch. Still in this one, too. So now it's another opportunity for the Argentinians. Gonzalo Montiel making his way to the penalty spot. Just 12 yards away, separates him, that is the ball, from Nopert. No saves so far from Nopert. Does that change here for Argentina? Here he is. Montiel sends Nopert the wrong way. Montiel goes to Nopert's left. Nopert goes to his right. 3-1 in favor of Argentina. And now it's a big, big penalty for the Dutch. They have to convert this, otherwise, they are heading back home. And Argentina has a date with Croatia on Tuesday. That is, if it happens. Not going to jinx it another time. And what a player they're bringing up here. Wout Weghorst, a brace in this one in the 83rd minute, one at the death to send it to extra time. This to keep Netherlands alive in the shootout or to send Argentina to the semis. Weghorst right in the lower left corner. So now it's once again, ball goes back to Argentina. If they convert this penalty here, now there's a fight going on. Go figure. Dumfries and Di Maria are fighting for the ball. So you got, it's not going to be Di Maria stepping up. Interesting. Who is? Enzo Fernandez. Can you believe that? A man who had his first ever national goal in the stadium against Mexico 13 days ago, going up against Andres Noper. This to send Argentina to the next round. Here he is. Fernandez rolls to his left, runs up, scurries, takes it, misses to the left. Oh boy, what a miss for the Argentinians who try to put that one on ice there. Leaves the door wide open for the Dutch. And again, Noper also guessed correctly. What a miss for the Argentinians. The Dutch are still in this. Now down to Luke de Jong. Once again, de Jong must convert, otherwise Argentina is on to the semifinals. Here he is. De Jong steps up, puts it away. So 3-3. After missing their first two penalties, the Dutch have tied it up at 3 apiece. So once again, ball goes back to Argentina. So stepping up now, Lautaro Martinez, and another yellow card has been given out. Lautaro Martinez, of course, the guy who hasn't scored here, had a good chance against Saudi Arabia if it wasn't for the offside trap. Once again, the objective remains the same. Make it, and Argentina goes to the knockout. Miss it, and we go to sudden death. Here he is. Lautaro Martinez steps up, puts it away, and the Argentinians are on to the semifinal. Croatia, you have met your opponent. Final score here from Lusail Stadium. After being 2-2 at the end of 120 minutes, Argentina holds on to win it here 4-3 on penalty kicks. Awesome work there by Lautaro Martinez. He went to the left, and rightfully so, after having a little bit of a struggle to get in the back of the net in this World Cup. He leads the Argentinians back to the top four after missing out in 2018. Heartbreak for the Dutch, who did a great scurry courtesy of Wout Weghorst to come back, and this one even come back in the penalty shootout to tie it up there. Showed their persistence in their return to the World Cup after missing in 2018. Unfortunately, not enough to get past Argentina. So with that, our first semifinal is set. It's Argentina, the reigning Copa America champions, against Croatia, the runner-ups from 2018. Lionel Messi against Luka Modric. Loser probably playing their final game of international football at a big tournament, most likely. What a moment here at Lusail Stadium. What a day overall. 2 games heading to penalty kicks. And in the end, sure to be a great game. Sure to be a great game overall on Tuesday. For now, I'm Hirson Hassan. So long. Good night. Catch your breath and stay safe.